Hey, what's going on? I'm back with another topic for y'all. This is another topic from the Women's Series. This is called Caring Too Much About What People Think About You. Now, just by that title, you should know what I'm going to talk about. Thing is, women, you guys care too much about what people think about you. That's why you either hide who you really are, or you dumb yourself down, or you basically just change because you don't want a certain person thinking this about you, thinking that about you. That's why a lot of women are scared to do things, because they're scared of what somebody might think of them. But that's why women would rather drink alcohol and stuff, and even if they might not be drunk, they know that they can just blame it on alcohol, like Jamie Foxx said, blame it on alcohol so they can do what they really wanted to do, or be like how they really wanted to be, like without any consequences or blame. And that's why, most men, we don't care too much about what other people think about us, because for the fact, it's like, who are they to judge us? So who are they to judge you? Now, let's say that a woman might be promiscuous or whatever, and she might like this or that. They can't talk about you, because just because they're not like that doesn't mean they're not like another way. Just because they wouldn't do what you do doesn't mean that you would do what they do. They might do something else that you would never do. What if they're like, what if they steal? What if they, like talk bad about people all the time or whatever? But see, people only talk about the people who they talk about the people who do things that they don't do. They never talk about the people who do things that they do. So it's like, don't let these people change you and make you afraid to be who you really are, because that means you're living like 50% of yourself. You're not giving your full 100% of yourself. Don't be afraid to speak your mind, or just do what you feel, just for the fact that you're scared of who's around you and what they will think about you. Now, I understand there's certain things like respect and stuff like that when it comes to whoever you're around. Yes, I understand that, but I'm saying like total strangers and stuff like that. Who cares what they really think about you? You're not there for their approval, because if that's the case, then you're never going to get their approval, because there are going to be people out in the world that's never going to like you. And that's life. Not everybody's going to like you, no matter how much you try to change yourself. You're going to keep trying to change yourself, and you're not going to get the approval of everybody. So it's easier to be yourself and not care about the approval of everybody than try to change yourself and still not get the approval of everybody. That's like a finish line that you can't cross. You ain't gonna win that game. So it's like, you women out there, stop being afraid of who you are. If you're a nerd, be a nerd. If you can't dance, then just do whatever you do. Do what makes you happy. That's the whole point. Do what makes you happy. Don't do what makes somebody else happy. You're not here to make somebody else happy by dumbing yourself down or changing yourself. Because if you have to change yourself to make somebody else happy, then apparently they're not a good friend or whatever. They should accept you the way you are, and you should accept the way they are. That's how it is. Just like a relationship, you shouldn't change yourself for the relationship just because, you feel like your dude wants you to change. Because for the fact he met you the way you really were. So that means he got attracted by the real you. But then during the relationship, you want to change. Then you become the person that he didn't fall for the first time. You become some totally different person. So like I said, do what makes you feel happy. You can't please everybody. You can't. It's impossible. Because when you do one thing, one other side might get mad. And when you do that other thing, the other side will get mad. There's always two sides. You can't please both sides. When you flip a quarter, you only can land on one side. You can't land on both sides. That's how it always has been, and that's how it always will be. So it's easier to make yourself happy because there's too many things in this world that doesn't make you happy, and there's too many things in this world that will not make you happy. So if being yourself is a thing that can make you happy, then by all means, I think you should take that road. And only change when you feel like it's ready for you to change. Not because somebody else tells you that you need to change or whatever. Because everybody has some things in their life that they should change. So if they say you should change, then you should say that they should change something. Because nobody's perfect. So don't let them try to judge you and make them seem like they're way better than you just because they don't do the things you do. So what? I bet you behind closed doors they do something crazier than what you do. So don't, like I said, don't worry about other people. Don't care about what they think, what they say, or whatever. Because you're going to live a life that's all about being, being good enough around people to be, like I said, to be around people. You're gonna live a life of approval. You're gonna want approval from everybody. You're gonna keep asking stuff like, "Oh, is this okay? Is that okay? Can I wear this? Is this okay to wear? Can I say this? Is this okay to say? Can I do this? Is that too much?" See all that stuff. That's too much. That's asking permission to be you. How you gonna ask somebody else permission to be you? Don't make no sense to me. Because me, myself personally, I'm gonna always be me. I don't care if people talk about me. The people might talk about me behind my back or whatever. I'm not gonna change just because somebody wants me to change. Because then I'm not gonna be happy the rest of my life. Because I know I'm not being me. I'd rather be me and be happy than be somebody who I'm not and be miserable. And that's real talk, It's real talk right there. Trust me, I've been down that road, ladies. I've been down the, let me not do this or let me not do that because I don't want them thinking this of me. But now, since I got older, I'm like, forget them, I'm like, I don't care what they think. They're not going to do nothing for me. So, ladies, don't worry about what these people think of you. And just remember one thing. If you're not going to remember anything, just remember one thing. No matter who you are or what you do, you're beautiful as who you are. You're always going to be beautiful. Just remember that. Okay? Remember that. Don't let nobody else tell you anything different. You're beautiful. Alright, stay tuned for my next topic. Trust me, people, it's gonna keep getting better and better. So stay tuned. Alright.